My video for June the 17th, 2018 is entitled, Some Christians See Trump as a Savior. People send me videos every day, and quite a few of my friends are totally in the Trump camp, believing he is God's man on the scene to turn things around. Some see him as building up the military to take out the criminal cabal. I have taken time to listen to some of these who share their dreams and visions of how this is happening. They see things, as the cliché goes, through rose-colored glasses. Few mainstream Christians recognize Israel as a big part of the problem. While they draw some interesting conclusions, the big issue of the so-called deep state is ignored. Folks, I do realize that the problem is multi-layered and probably even multidimensional. The latter may be even more of a challenge than the former. Are we dealing with non-human entities? If so, and I think we are, it will take superhuman intervention to right the wrongs. Despite the overwhelming amount of arrest warrants reported, until there is public disclosure beyond Trump's tweets and Q-Anon's cryptic messages, the best I can do is what I've always done. Hope. And hope is hopium, as I've said in many videos. I get people or have people sending me things all the time, and sometimes the things that they send me lead to other things as I go online, and it recommends other videos than just the ones that were sent to me by various friends. In any case, though, I have a real problem with the Christians thinking that Israel is any part of the solution. Folks, Israel is a Rothschild creation. The Rothschilds are the internationalists. They are the bankers, the banking conglomerate. They are the elite Illuminati faction, whatever name and label you want to put on them. That's where the problem is, as far as our human reality goes. Now, as far as the beyond human reality goes, it's going to take extraterrestrial intervention at the very least to right some of the wrongs that have been going on for millennia on this planet. I keep saying that. I will keep saying that. I'd like to see the superabundance of arrest warrants that have been filed, and there's, it's a huge increase in warrants. I'd like to see Hillary and the Bushes and the Rothschilds themselves taken out. I don't want to see the people that sit at the highest levels in our human culture given free passes and exonerated for something, unless they can come out and truly own all the crimes that they've committed and make a reasonable recompense to all the victims that they have created worldwide, which is a massive thing. I mean, they have accumulated for themselves a tremendous amount of wealth at the expense of you and I and all of us, folks. We've all been victimized by this horrific con game that has been allowed to go on for such a very long time. And time, to me, I mean, people say, well, time is just an illusion. Well, they say everything is just an illusion, a physical matter, because they can say that the nucleus and the electrons that circle around it, if the electrons make up the outer band and the nucleus is the inner thing, it's like space. It's empty space. There's no such thing as empty space. That's an apparition, that's an appearance, but it's not a reality. It's all filled with something, not nothing. And is that just the illusion that has been created? Well, I admit that we have been deluded, but I don't think it's an illusion. That's the way things are. That's how they were made. Out of nothing, everything was made. So everything you could say then is empty space, even what appears as matter. But of course, that's not an acceptable scientific explanation. In any case, folks, yes, I am aware that the Bilderbergs met. I'm aware of the reports of the Pope showing up at Bilderberg for the first time ever with some of his cardinals and high henchmen. I'm aware that there were other meetings going on in the relative proximity in Europe in the same time window as Bilderberg was going on, maybe a day or two adjacent to it, but nevertheless in the same general area. I'm aware that some of those meetings were no more than a short plane flight from where Bilderberg was to where the other meetings were. I'm aware that Trump made an appearance at some of these, but didn't stay very long. I'm aware that Trump has been working with North Korea to unify the Korean Peninsula. I'm aware that Trump is working on various other things to try to at least give the appearance of righting some of the wrongs. But the big issue is not being addressed. And that's the fake nation of Israel. And that's where Christians are led astray, because they think that Israel becoming a nation is the fulfillment of some biblical prophecy. It's not. It's not. It was not to happen until Shiloh comes, until the Messiah returns. The Messiah hasn't returned. Okay? That has not happened yet. And the deep state is not going to commit suicide. It's not going to take itself down, although I do believe that there are lower level people in the elite culture that have been connected to the elite culture that are willing to become whistleblowers. Some of them are being taken out. Many of them are being silenced in one way or another, but maybe Trump is making it easier for some of these things to come out, and some of these massive subpoenas and stuff like that are actually going to be acted upon. But until it happens, until it's reported widespread and even on the mainstream media where they can't keep it quiet anymore, then it's hard for me to make that leap of faith, because I have put faith in things my whole life that didn't happen the way that I thought had been promised to come to pass. And I continue to go one day at a time. I continue to face challenges like the one that I talked about in the previous video, which I still think might have been some kind of an attack, of electromagnetic attack or something like that. Do I have proof of that? Of course not. But I do believe that I'm probably a targeted individual because of what I've been doing for a long time. What can I say, folks? Do we need a savior? Yes, but more than that, we need to have truth that wakes us up. And there's no such thing as negative truth. There's no such thing. That's a misconception. Anyway, folks, I appreciate you listening. I appreciate you commenting. I appreciate you sharing my messages with others if you find them at all inspiring or thought-provoking. Thank you for listening, and namaste.